Welcome to South Coast Radio, where we bring you the stories behind the music and the people who inspire us through their journeys. And today we are joined by a talented South African artist whose music is rooted in faith, hope, and personal experience. Originally from Worcester, and now based in George, he has spent years touching lives through his soulful blend of R&B, soul, and gospel music. From sharing stages with international gospel artists to performing at some of South Africa's most respected venues, his journey has been one of perseverance, purpose, and passion. He has recently released a deeply personal new single called A Song for Dad, a tribute to the man who inspired and supported him throughout his life. So, as we welcome to the show Carlo Abrahams. Carlo, it's wonderful to have you with us today. How are you doing?
Good morning, Ryan, and thank you for having me. And good morning to all the Radio South Coast listeners. I am well. I'm doing very, very well, and I'm truly grateful for this opportunity to share my story and my music with your listeners today.
Wow, that's really awesome having you with us today, Carlo. And so you started singing in church at the age of 7, and later joined your father in the church choir. When did you first realize that music would become such an important part of your life?
Uh, you know, um, like we always say, we grew up in church, and that
Yeah.
is where it all started.
Yeah.
And at a young age, I think it was before 7, 6. I love singing. I love singing because my father was a singer, so I loved joining him when he was singing and all that.
Mhm.
And someone discovered me as well at the age of 7, a lady that always wanted to drag me along when there's church functions at church, drag me to church to sing a solo, where she can accompany me on instruments, and then also went to old age homes, and later on I was the wedding singer for the family. So
Wow.
whenever someone got married, I was the wedding singer that always performed at every wedding, and also when it was funerals, at all funerals, I was there performing.
Oh, that's great stuff, Carlo. So you've been inspired by artists like Luther Vandross and Lionel Richie. How have they
Mm.
influenced your sound and style?
Ryan, artists like Luther Vandross and Lionel Richie taught me the importance of storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
emotions,
Yeah.
and also authentication. When you listen to their music, it will speak to your heart, your soul. I know I have these words that states that music is the road to the soul, and that is how they influence me, and also that is how I approach my music, and I also always try to create songs that connects with people on deeper levels.
Awesome. And you've performed on major platforms and shared stages with artists such as Donnie McClurkin, Kim Burrell, and Hezekiah Walker. So looking back, what have been some of your most memorable moments?
Um, those ones are the most memorable moments. But I will say that all stages and platforms I've been on, local South African artists, I've been performing and sharing stages with international, um, traveling abroad as well. Um, that was great experiences. I have been blessed with many memorable memories, from also performing at on big stages and theaters like the Artscape, the Baxter, the Goedhoop Center in Cape Town, and then also performed at several festivals around the Western Cape and so forth. One of that being currently the biggest festival in the Western Cape. That is the yearly Nekkies Festival.
Yeah.
That is held in Woodstock.
Okay, and then after the passing of your father in 2015, you stepped away from writing and creating music for several years. What was that season of life like for you?
So when my father passed away in 2015, it was one of the most difficult seasons of my life. Because my father was my support system.
Yeah.
Whenever I needed to do with regards to music, I could just call my father and he will do it for me. He will put things in place and all that. If I go back into August 2015, I released my EP, and my single Still Standing. And just a week before the release of my EP, my father was diagnosed with cancer.
Sure.
And on that day, a week after, that week he still ran to do his utmost best for me. He was there behind the scenes. He was ensuring that everything would run smooth, despite hearing the bad news that we heard. And that was the last show he could ever attend, and also the last show he could ever assist me running around behind the scenes, because 3 months later, November 2015, we unfortunately lost my father.
Sure. And then returning with purpose, what inspired you to return to music after nearly a decade away from songwriting?
So after nearly a decade, it was really I think it's 10 years.
Wow.
I felt God calling me back to music, back to songwriting, back to releasing new music. And I realized that my story, my pain, and my journey could encourage others. Music became more than just a passion again. It became a purpose and a platform bring hope and healing, and that is it. That is my message this season. Also, with my music, is to bring hope to all people.
Awesome, Carlo. Now let's talk about your new single called A Song for Dad. This is clearly a very personal song. What inspired you to finally release it now?
So A Song for Dad was written from a very, very personal place. But for a few years, I carried the emotions and memories that I wasn't ready to put it into words and finalize to get out there. But this time, I said it is important that I thought everything down. I finalized the song, finished the song, and I get the song out to the public so that listeners can hear my story. But like I said, so that they can say, but we all endure loss. We all must go through it. There's so many people that lost a parent, a father, and for me, it is important that we know that it's okay. Their memories and what they taught us will live forever, and that is what the message of A Song for Dad is at the end of the day. And I'm thankful for LD Media House in Cape Town for producing the song together with the Timothy Grootbroom that produced the music behind the song. I'm very happy because now my heart, they brought my heart to life for listeners to listen to and people to listen to.
Awesome. And as you mentioned earlier, your father played such an important role in your life and
Yes.
music career. What are some of the memories of him that stand out most when you hear the song?
The memories that stand out most are simple ones.
Yeah.
Singing together in church, his encouragement, his wisdom, and the sacrifices he made for our family. And not just to our family, for the community as well, because he was a community person.
Mm-hmm.
He was my first musical influence and one of my greatest supporters. Every time I hear the song, just the memories of us together supporting each other, me growing up, comes flooding back to me.
Okay, now what do you hope listeners who have experienced loss or grief will take away from A Song for Dad?
My hope is that listeners understand that grief is a journey, but love never disappears.
Yeah.
Even though we lose people physically, the impact remains with us. I want the song to remind people that it's okay to miss someone. It's okay to remember them and to find hope while carrying those memories forward.
Awesome. Now, looking at balancing music and career, you're also a water use manager, motivational speaker,
Yeah.
and currently pursuing an MBA. How do you balance all these different roles while continuing your music journey?
Hey, Ryan, I'm telling you, this definitely requires discipline and
Yeah.
time management, and that is something I needed to taught myself.
Mhm.
And then also the from above the power I received from above to do all of this. But yes, as you say, I'm as a water use manager, motivational speaker, MBA student, and artist.
Mhm.
I have many responsibilities, and then I still need to make time for family and friends. But I believe that when you're passionate about your purpose,
Yeah.
you make time for what matters. My faith, my family, and careful planning help me stay balanced at the end of the day.
That's really awesome, Carlo. So, faith seems to be at the center of both your life and your music. How has your faith helped guide you through both the difficult and rewarding seasons of life?
So, faith has been an anchor through every season. During the difficult moments, it gave me strength and hope. During the successful moments, it kept me grounded and grateful. And that is why everything I do, whether in music, my career, or my studies, is rooted in the belief that God has a purpose for every season of our lives.
Yeah, that's awesome, Carlo. And what can fans look forward to next from you?
I'm excited about what lies ahead. Listeners can expect more music. There will be about I'm timing for three more releases this year.
Wow.
So they can expect more music from me. They can expect more stories of hope and also opportunities to connect through both ministry and music. And that is why a song for that is just the beginning of a new chapter. And I'm looking forward to sharing more of that journey with everyone.
Really awesome stuff, Carlo. Just one more question before we close off with the interview, and also while still on the topic of upcoming releases, etc.
Yeah.
Where can the fans follow you online, and also your music, as well as A Song for Dad?
I I'm on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. And if people wants to check me out, they can go to Carlo Abrahams. That is for Instagram and Facebook. But I also have a Facebook page, Carlo Abrahams Music, and also they can connect through my YouTube, and all my music is on all music platforms, online platforms, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube's, you name it. They can just go and search for Carlo Abrahams. And I normally say, if you forget all of these, where you must go, just go to Google and type in Carlo Abrahams,
Yes.
and Google will pop out a lot of my music and also who I am at the end of the day. Thank you.
100% great stuff, Carlo. And thank you so much once again for joining us today and for sharing such a heartfelt and inspiring story. A Song for Dad is more than just a song, it's a beautiful tribute to love, legacy, and the impact a parent can have on a child's life. And we wish you every success with the release and look forward to hearing more of your music in the future as well, Carlo. It's really awesome having you with us today once again.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and thank you for the listeners as well. It was great joining you this morning.
Awesome, really awesome having you with us once again, Carlo. And to the listeners, stay tuned because we gonna be playing Carlo's song right now.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.